This is Formula One.
Welcome back to F1 Blogs, your ultimate destination for everything Formula One. If you're passionate about racing, strategy, and the intense rivalries of F1, you've come to the right place. In today's episode, we're focusing on one of the most captivating stories of the 2024 F1 season, Carlos Sainz's final stretch with Ferrari. After an impressive career with the Scuderia, Sainz is about to close this chapter and start a new adventure with Williams in 2025. But before that happens, there are 6 races left for him to chase one more victory or secure a few more podium finishes. What are his chances? What's his mindset going into these races? Let's break it all down. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest F1 news, analysis, and deep dives, only here on F1 Blogs. Carlos Sainz is entering a crucial moment in his F1 career. After joining Ferrari in 2021, the Spaniard has steadily built his reputation as one of the most reliable and talented drivers on the grid. Now, as the 2024 season winds down, Sainz has one final goal, to add another victory or a few podiums to his record before saying goodbye to the Scuderia. In his recent appearance at the FIA press conference ahead of the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Carlos made his intentions very clear. He stated, "I want to give myself the gift of a victory or a podium in these last 6 races." For Sainz, this isn't just about his personal achievement, it's about helping Ferrari secure the best possible finish in the Constructors' Championship. But why is this so important right now? Well, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Carlos is 5th in the Drivers' Championship as of now, and Ferrari is in a close battle with other teams in the Constructors' standings. Every podium, every race win matters not only for him but also for Ferrari's overall ranking. Carlos is determined to contribute as much as possible before he embarks on his new journey with Williams next season. He knows his time with Ferrari is winding down, but he's far from done with making an impact. The final push with Ferrari, background changes to footage of Ferrari's garage and pit crew preparing the car, Sainz's mindset going into these last 6 races is crystal clear: maximize every opportunity. He knows that Ferrari has a car capable of strong results, even if it's not always as dominant as Red Bull or McLaren. But what makes this especially challenging is that, unlike some of his rivals, Ferrari isn't bringing any major updates to these final races. According to Carlos, the team's focus is on optimizing the current package, with no significant upgrades planned for the immediate future. Sainz explained this in detail during his press briefing, saying, "We aren't bringing anything new to Austin, just what we've had since Monza. We'll focus on confirming whether the improved race pace we've seen in recent rounds was down to the circuits or the updates." Essentially, Austin is a crucial test for Ferrari to see if their car can perform consistently across different types of tracks. The next few races, including Austin, will take place on more traditional circuits, which means Ferrari needs to prove they can compete at tracks that don't automatically play to their strengths. The importance of Austin. Speaking of Austin, the United States Grand Prix is going to be a critical benchmark for Ferrari. Unlike circuits like Monza, where Ferrari has historically performed well, or Baku with its unique layout, Austin is a more balanced, all-around test of a car's capabilities. It's a circuit that challenges a car's downforce, straight-line speed, and handling in corners. Carlos himself acknowledged how crucial this race is when he said, "Austin is going to tell us whether our recent improvements are real, or if we've just been benefiting from circuit-specific conditions." In other words, this race is Ferrari's opportunity to evaluate whether their progress is genuine, or if they've simply been lucky in recent events. It's not going to be easy, though. Teams like Red Bull and McLaren are bringing upgrades to Austin, and they're expected to be highly competitive. Ferrari, on the other hand, will have to rely on getting everything out of their current package, which has been performing better but may not be enough to challenge the top teams on a consistent basis. Carlos knows this, and he's realistic about the hurdles ahead. Carlos's take on FIA's 2025 rule change. In addition to focusing on the final races of 2024, Carlos Sainz also weighed in on a significant rule change coming for 2025. The FIA has decided to remove the point for setting the fastest lap of the race starting in 2025, and Carlos couldn't agree more with this decision. His argument? The point for the fastest lap often goes to a driver who gets a free pit stop toward the end of the race, allowing them to set a fast lap on fresh tires. Sainz believes this isn't truly representative of who's been the fastest throughout the race. He went on to explain that he's much more in favor of giving an extra point to the pole sitter, the driver who sets the fastest time in qualifying. According to Carlos, achieving pole position is a much more accurate reflection of skill and performance, as it requires a driver to deliver a perfect lap when it counts the most. This rule change is likely to shift the strategy for many teams in the future, but for Carlos, it's a step in the right direction. It rewards consistency and raw speed over lucky circumstances, and that's something he strongly supports. Looking ahead to Williams in 2025. While Carlos Sainz is fully committed to finishing strong with Ferrari, there's no denying the excitement surrounding his move to Williams in 2025. What makes this move particularly interesting is the progress Williams has made recently. The team, once struggling at the back of the grid, has shown a steady improvement in performance. They've been scoring points more consistently, and this has given Sainz plenty of optimism for the future. Carlos has been clear that his decision to join Williams wasn't just about the car's performance. In his own words, it wasn't about whether the car would be better in 6 months or 12 months. It was the people and the vision they shared that convinced me. He's had multiple conversations with James Vowles, the team's principal, and those discussions left him feeling confident about the direction Williams is heading. It's clear that Williams isn't just looking for short-term gains, they're in this for the long haul. Carlos has bought into that vision, and he believes the team's leadership and professionalism are the key ingredients that will drive their success. For him, joining Williams is about being part of a long-term project that could see the team rise up the grid in the coming years. What's at stake for Sainz in these final 6 races? So, what can we expect from Carlos Sainz in these final 6 races of the 2024 season? While Austin might be a tricky race for Ferrari, there are a few circuits coming up that could play to their strengths. Las Vegas, in particular, is a track where Ferrari could potentially be more competitive, especially if their race pace continues to improve. Sainz himself has said that if he doesn't secure another win or podium in these 6 races, it's not the end of the world. If it happens, great. If not, I don't think this will be my last chance to fight for wins or podiums in Formula One, Carlos explained. He's confident that his move to Williams won't mark the end of his time at the front of the grid. In fact, he believes that with hard work and the right opportunities, he'll be back in a winning position soon enough, whether it's with Williams or elsewhere in the future. What's truly remarkable about Carlos Sainz is his unwavering belief in his abilities. He's proven time and again that he can fight with the best, and he's determined to keep doing so, whether it's with Ferrari, up our deep dive into Carlos Sainz's final push with Ferrari. As Sainz puts it, I've shown that I can win in Formula One, a couple more and I'll continue to push to do so.